Welcome back to 120 Minutes. I'm Matt Pinfield. I'm here with the Dandy Warhols. I'm here with Courtney, Zia, Eric, and Peter. And it's good to have you in. Let's talk a bit about the fact that, now did you, Peter, and you, Courtney, meet at an orchestral camp when you were about 14 years old? That's what I'm told. Now,
no, we were both DJs at WRSO.
Is that where you really met?
No.
No. Church group? Church group. It was music camp.
It was a summer music camp at Willamette University in Salem, Oregon.
Did you actually start talking about forming a band at that point together?
Not at all.
No.
So where did you actually tell me about how the band came together, how you met Zia?
I don't know, I guess we all
She was at a coffee shop.
Right. Did you work?
I was working the door at a club.
Pete was in art school.
And Eric was a DJ. Perfect.
Yeah.
It's that easy. We just knew.
And that's it.
It's like Gilligan's Island.
And it was all in Portland.
One of
right?
everything.
All took place there.
Portland. Yeah.
That's it. And you got signed to Tim Kerr, which is a label out of there. I mean, Everclear's been on Poison Idea. Tell me a bit about coming in contact with Tim Kerr. How did they find you? Were you playing in clubs around there at the time, or?
Yeah, that X-Ray.
Yeah, Thor, who owns the label, worked a lot of shows, a lot of live shows, so I knew him from working at clubs, and we had pretty similar taste in music. I remember when the In Spiral Carpets first single came out, I said, yeah, I listen to it every day, and he said, man, I get up and drink 9 cups of coffee in the morning and listen to it like over and over and over. I must listen to that thing 10 times a day, like just before I go to work. It's like, okay, Britpop guy.
Yeah, so I was a big fan of that as well.
Yeah.
That's cool, and that's how it came together. We'll talk more with the Dandy Warhols, but first. Hey, it's Matt Pinfield here, and I'm back with the Dandy Warhols on 120 Minutes. Now, the name of the band, of course, caught people's eyes and ears when TV theme song came out. I know that a lot of radio stations started picking up on it, and you did the video. Talk a bit about the Dandy Warhols thing. Obviously, was it a fascination with, the whole Dandy Warhols factory culture? Were you a big Velvets fan or T-Rex fan, like Dandy in the Underworld? I think about that last
all the above.
album.
Definitely, it was, for the name, it had more to do with the factory than Andy's, like, art or anything like that. It was just that whole, Gerard Malanga, Edie Sedgwick, and all that whole tripped out scene. It was like the first time that somebody had, obviously Andy had like exposed that subculture. And the same thing exists in just about every town, and we happen to be part of the one that existed in Portland, where our friends were all like performance artists or just freaks, and we had a good time together. And
It was at the time of grunge, when grunge was king, and we were doing more pop things all ourselves.
Were there other bands in the town of Portland that were on the same tip you were as far as being into the pop thing?
Oh yeah, sure. There was
Definitely.
actually that was some of the first discussions that Pete and I had. We thought if we put a band together, we could meet other cats who were into like Galaxy 500 and T-Rex and Velvet Underground, and we'd have people to go drink beer with.
Right, a good way to hook up with new friends. Right, that have a similar band interest, that's true. We'll be back with the Dandy Warhols in just a bit. Until then, check out the top. Welcome back to 120 Minutes. I'm Matt Pinfield, hanging out here with the Dandy Warhols still. And Not If You Were the Last Junkie on Earth, the single from Come Down and first video. People always tend to associate, and there was all that, I think, a little bit unfair press saying, like, that the Northwest has, the biggest heroin problem. There's heroin problems everywhere in the country. I mean, there's like, saying Seattle, Portland, everything. Let's talk a little bit about the track itself and the lyrics to that song.
Very serious.
What do you want to know?
No.
Very serious.
Is that a direct reaction to some of the things that you'd come into contact with?
Yeah, sure, yeah. I mean, one person in particular. There's a lot of you, I never thought you, and you this and you that. I mean, it's pretty specific.
Yeah, it's about someone you know in particular.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it.
Okay, but David LaChapelle, that's all right, no problem. David LaChapelle directed the video, and he's turned down, Bryan Adams, Madonna, all these other people had asked him, he's done photography. How did you come into contact with him, and was his fascination with the song itself?
Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. I just wrote a little note to him saying that I had seen his book, and he was about the only photographer that consistently made me envious that I didn't think of that first or do that first.
Blows minds.
Yeah,
it blows minds.
Conceptually, the execution,
Yeah.
it's all there. So I just wrote a little note saying, I think you're brilliant and love to work with you. And yeah, I'm licking your butt, and if it's working, give me a call and let me know, you know, so.
Right, and that's what he did, right? So you heard from him shortly after that?
Yeah.
And did he actually get a copy of the whole album, and did you know, or was that the song?
You know, I don't think, we spent like a week at the Chateau in Hollywood, just like hanging there while he was finishing up some Armani ad or something, and I don't think he had even listened to the record because we started listening to it like every night. We just stay up late and listen to the whole record. He just kept going, man, I can't believe this record. It's so great. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let's talk about some more videos then, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's cool the way it worked out. Let's check it out. You've seen the video here before. You can see it again. From the Dandy Warhols, Come Down. Here's Not Of You Were the Last Junkie on Earth. 120 minutes tonight. I'm Matt Pinfield. I'll be talking more with the Dandy Warhols after the break. And we'll also check out the latest from The Offspring. So stay right here.
Hello, this is the late Richard from The Verve, and you're watching 120 Minutes on MTV.
Welcome back to 120 Minutes. I'm Matt Pinfield, still here with the Dandy Warhols. And earlier we were talking about we were talking about some names, and I was talking about you know, people that have influenced you. Lou Reed was
yeah, Lou
on.
Reed
Yeah.
was a big influence.
No, Lou Reed, but like, let's talk about this song. You had a guest flutist on there?
Yeah, it was Teddy Dean from the Holy Modal Rounders, who were, you know, they were like, before they were the Rounders, they were the Thugs, and they lived in the Village, and, you know, at one point I guess they were living with the Velvets in somewhere down in the East Side, Lower East Side. And they were a cool thing. They moved to Portland and just became the biggest pack of whacked out, no shoe wearing hippies in like the early 70s.
Yeah.
Played some great flute though.
Yeah, and all those early records on ESP disc. You know, that first label of it.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, the Thugs' first album and all that stuff before that. It's great. Lou Reed, definitely a big influence on you, and Mark Bolan.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we talked about it. And also on the new album, Coolest Kim Deal. You have a song about Kim Deal on there.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about that. You a big Pixies fan as well?
Oh, yeah.
Breeders?
Breeders, great.
She's cool.
Kim Deal's just really, really cool. Big fan of just her whole
We've never met her
trip.
or anything like that.
I'm sure you will.
We just, it's the ideal cool rock girl.
She rocks.
Definitely.
She rocks.
She absolutely does. And we definitely feel that way about her. No question about it. Well, listen, I want to thank you for coming by and hanging with us today. It was good to have you on tonight. Definitely check out Dandy Warhol's new album, The Dandy Warhols Come Down, as well as their debut, Dandy's Rule OK, on Tim Kerr Records. And you can check them out on tour. They're on right now, in fact. Up next, the latest video from The Offspring.